World War I, a conflict that would redefine warfare and scar a generation. At the heart of its chaotic beginnings was the Schlieffen Plan, Germany's audacious gamble to secure a swift victory against France. Named after its architect, Alfred von Schlieffen, it was a reflection of Germany's anxieties about fighting a two-front war. Germany, sandwiched between hostile France in the west and a formidable Russia in the east, believed that a swift knockout blow against France was essential for its survival. The plan aimed to avoid a protracted two-front war by neutralizing France quickly before Russia could fully mobilize. This, the German High Command believed, would allow them to then turn their full military might eastward and deal with the Russian threat. Failure to swiftly defeat France meant the very real possibility of being crushed between two powerful enemies. The Schlieffen Plan was a high-stakes gamble, reflecting the German High Command's belief that a quick, decisive victory in the West was essential for their nation's survival. The stakes could not have been higher. The Schlieffen Plan was not a simple frontal assault. It was a complex maneuver that relied on speed, surprise, and overwhelming force. The plan called for a massive German offensive through neutral Belgium, bypassing the heavily fortified French border. This flanking maneuver was intended to encircle and crush the French army, forcing a quick surrender. The audacity of the plan lay in its scale and ambition. It required the precise movement of millions of men and a vast logistical network to support them. The German army would then advance on Paris, delivering the final blow. The violation of Belgian neutrality was a calculated risk, one that the German leadership deemed necessary to achieve its strategic objectives. The Schlieffen Plan was a testament to the German military's belief in meticulous planning and operational efficiency. The plan's architects believed that its sheer audacity and scale would overwhelm the French, leading to a swift and decisive victory. However, the plan's success hinged on a number of critical assumptions, many of which would prove to be tragically flawed. German confidence in the Schlieffen Plan stemmed from a number of factors. Firstly, the German army was widely regarded as the most powerful and professional military force in Europe. This belief in their military superiority bred a dangerous overconfidence, leading the German leadership to underestimate their opponents. Secondly, German military planners had studied previous conflicts, particularly the Franco-Prussian War of 1870 to 1871, where Prussia's swift victory over France had cemented its position as a dominant power. This victory fueled a belief that a similar outcome was attainable in a future conflict. Finally, Germany had observed the slow Russian mobilization during the Russo-Japanese War of 1904 to 1905. This further solidified their belief that they had a window of opportunity to defeat France before Russia could pose a significant threat. However, this assessment failed to account for the significant improvements in Russian military capacity in the years following that conflict. The Schlieffen Plan, despite its meticulous planning, was ultimately undone by a combination of logistical nightmares and unexpectedly fierce resistance. The plan's rigid timetable, reliant on a relentless pace of advance, proved to be its Achilles heel. The German army, despite its initial successes, soon found itself bogged down in logistical difficulties. The rapid advance through Belgium and France outstripped its supply lines, leaving troops short of ammunition, food, and reinforcements. Moreover, the plan had underestimated the resolve of the Belgian and French defenders. Belgium mounted a spirited defense, slowing the German advance and buying precious time for the French to prepare. The Battle of the Marne, a pivotal moment in the early stages of the war, saw the French army, bolstered by the British Expeditionary Force, halt the German advance and inflict heavy casualties. The Battle of the Marne shattered the myth of German invincibility and dashed any hopes of a swift victory in the West. The war, instead of being a short, decisive affair, descended into a bloody stalemate, characterized by trench warfare and unprecedented casualties. The failure of the Schlieffen Plan had profound implications for the course of World War I. Instead of achieving a quick victory, Germany found itself mired in a protracted war on two fronts. The conflict, which the Schlieffen Plan was designed to avert, became a brutal war of attrition. The Western Front, once envisioned as a theater of rapid maneuver, transformed into a nightmarish landscape of trenches, barbed wire, and machine guns. The Schlieffen Plan's legacy is a cautionary tale. It serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of military overconfidence, rigid planning, and underestimating the enemy. The Great War, as it came to be known, would drag on for 4 long years, claiming millions of lives and leaving an indelible scar on the European continent. The Schlieffen Plan, conceived as a blueprint for a swift and decisive victory, instead became a symbol of the tragic miscalculations and unintended consequences that so often accompany war.